Hello dear friends, this is Nilesh Patil sir and I welcome you all in this session. In today's session, we are going to talk about the first chapter of your history text, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. Dear friends, the chapter is quite big, but in today's session, we'll cover only one part of it, that is the painting by Frédéric Sorrieu. So let's talk about this painting. Who Frédéric Sorrieu was? He was a French artist, and in 1848 he prepared a series of four prints, which you can see on the screen. Now you can see the first of these four prints, which is called "The Dream of Worldwide Democratic and Social Republics," is given in your textbook on the very first page. So you can observe this image in your text as well. Now, dear friends, let's talk about this print and why Frédéric Sorrieu had prepared this series of prints. So let me tell you some background. When Frédéric Sorrieu prepared this print in 1848, Europe was being ruled by emperors. It was being ruled by monarchs. There were no nation states. So he had a vision, he had a dream that one day our world will be ruled by republics where people will select, people will choose who should rule them, right? Not like monarch who by birth get their privileges, their rights, and all. Now, in ninth standard, you have talked about some of these things in French Revolution. So, dear friends, if we carefully observe the print that we are going to talk about it, we will see that there are people of different nationalities, the people of Europe, people of America, men, women, children. You can identify them with their costumes, from their costumes and the flags they are carrying. So, they are traveling, marching towards liberty. Now, you can see in this print the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty. You have already studied this in your ninth standard French Revolution. Liberty is personified here as a female figure, which is called allegory. My dear students, artists of the time used to create an image of a concept, an abstract idea, so that people could relate to that idea. So liberty, like people who are being ruled by monarchs, emperors, they don't know anything about it. So how can they relate with this concept of liberty? So artists used to prepare this female figure, an image of a female figure or a statue of it, so people can relate. So you can see in this print there is this statue of liberty, and she is holding in one hand a torch of enlightenment, right? And in the other hand, she is carrying the Charter of Rights of Man. Last year, you have studied and attempted a question on this topic, rights of man and citizen, right? So you can see the people of America and Switzerland have traveled way past this statue. This indicates that they have attained liberty. Now, America and Switzerland were already nation states in 1848, but these other countries like Germany, Austria, Greece, England, these were not Italy, these were not nation states. So, through this print, Soryu is expressing his liberal hope that one day these all European states, they will be nation states. They'll be ruled by people of those states. So it is his liberal hope that he is expressing through his print, through his painting. Now, if you carefully observe this painting, my dear students, you can see in the foreground there are some shattered remains. Now, these are the symbols of absolutist monarchs. Now, what the word absolutist means? It simply means a government a system with a rule which is unrestrained, like there is no control over it. So in Europe there existed absolutist regimes when Frédéric Sorrieu made this print. Now the symbols of these prints, like you can see there's a crown here, like there are several crowns here, so these are shown as broken in the foreground. Now you can see there is this like in this particular slide you cannot see exactly, but then there are these angels who are blessing these people, uh, like from the heavens. Now the purpose why Frederick Sorrieu has shown these angels blessing the people is he wanted to show brotherhood. This shows fraternity because the people of Europe mostly were Christians at this time. So that shows they are all brothers, they follow the same religion, same principles, same ideas. Okay, so that symbolizes the brotherhood. So I hope you have got some idea. Now there are different, people. Now, how can you identify people here? You can see they have worn different costumes. You can identify them uh, from their costumes and the flags they are carrying. Now, this black, red, and yellow, that is a flag of Germany. So, following the people of Germany, there are people of Austria, Italy, Greece, and different European nations that we know today. My dear students, in this chapter, like now see all this explanation that I have given with the help of the print is shown here. You can go through it. Now, in this chapter, we are going to talk about different processes through which nationalism came in existence in Europe. We are going to talk about some of the things that Frédéric Sorrieu has shown in his image. My dear students, in 19th century, nationalism emerged as a force, a powerful force, which brought about great changes in the politics of Europe, in the psychology, mental world of Europe. There was emergence of nation states. The rulers, monarchs, they had to give up their powers, and republics were established. That's what we studied in French Revolution in 1789. We see this monarch was beheaded by the people and they established a republic in France. Similar processes occurred in other parts of Europe. And in this particular chapter, we are going to deal with all these processes, how different nation states were formed in Europe. We are going to talk about how Germany came to be formed, Italy as a nation came to be formed, um, England, the United Kingdom, how it came to be formed. So we are going to talk about these things. Now, we are going to talk about how nation states were formed, but we need to understand what nation state is. So, you know, nation state is a state in which majority of its population, not just rulers, they share some common, you may say, things like they have their common descendant, they have language or culture, they follow the same kind of culture. Now this commonness not necessarily existed from times immemorial. This commonness was forged, it was brought through different processes, through actions of leaders and common people. So we are going to track this process in this particular chapter. So my dear students, I hope you have understood the basic idea of this print. Now, not many questions, brief questions will be asked based on this particular print, but there are a few important MCQs that have been asked before this. So we'll go through this and make sure that you are aware of all these things. So let's see, this is the first question on the screen. What do saints, angels, and Christ symbolize in the utopian vision? Now, let me talk about this word utopian. It simply means too ideal to exist. It is so ideal that it cannot exist. So, Frederick Sorrieu's vision is said to be very ideal. It is so ideal that it is unlikely to exist. So, now the question is, angels and Christ, what do they symbolize in this particular print? Utopian vision. Now, utopian vision refers to the print by Frederick Sorrieu. So, is it equality among people? Is it fraternity among nations? freedom of nations, or resentment among nations? I am sure you have identified the correct answer, which is fraternity among nations. Fraternity is brotherhood. Let's go ahead. We have the next question on the screen. Which of the following statements describes absolutist? Now, my dear students, the word absolutist, I think I explained it in my session. So let's talk about this. A system of rule where citizens control the political power. B, a system of rule that has no restraint on the power exercised, which means unrestrained, uncontrolled power. A system of rule under the wealthy class, or a system of rule where one community exercises control over others. I hope you have identified the correct answer, which is a system of rule that has no restraint on the power exercise. So, uncontrolled power a monarch has in his hand. So, he is called absolutist monarch. The next question, the third question, a vision of a society that is too ideal that it is unlikely to exist. What does it? What is it called? Is it called personification? Is it called romanticism? Is it called enlightenment? Or is it called utopian? So, in the first question itself, I explained this point to you people. So, I hope you have identified the correct answer. It is utopian. That is a vision of society that is too ideal to exist. My dear friends, the fourth question on your screen is, men and women of all ages and social classes marching in a long train and offering homage to the Statue of Liberty as they pass by it. What does it represent? You can see men of Europe of all ages, children, women, old age people, they are carrying, you know, their flags, wearing their national costume, paying their homage or respect to the Statue of Liberty. So, what does it represent? A. Campaign to form Jacobin clubs, unification of countries into nation state under a democratic constitution, transfer of sovereignty to the monarch, or declaration of French Revolution. So, my dear students, the other options are like too unlikely to be considered. The only correct answer is unification of countries into nation state under a democratic constitution. So I hope these things are clear to you. I hope you are getting these questions. The fifth question here is, which of the following countries were already a nation state by the time Sorrieu published his trend? And I think I mentioned it in my lecture. Was it France and Germany, Britain and France, United States and Switzerland, or Italy and Greece? So my dear students, the correct answer is United States and Switzerland. Moving ahead, we'll talk about these questions. Answer in one sentence. I hope you will be able to find the answers of this. I request you to note down these questions. You can pause the video, note down the question, and try to find the answers. Then you won't need to worry about this topic anymore. Once you go through this video completely, do these MCQs and these questions, you will have to, you will not have to worry about this topic. You'll be fully prepared, and for the whole year you will not have to, think about this particular topic. I hope this video has helped you people. This is the first video I'm recording, so I'm not used to it, but I hope in the coming days I'll be used to recording these videos so that you can watch, prepare at home whenever you wish, at whatever place you want. Thank you very much. Goodbye.